Greetings, geeks and nerds. I'm Ladies Universe and White Nerdy, and happy Easter to all my friends and subscribers that probably hail from the great land of Canada. I honestly don't know if most of you hail from the great land of Canada, but I know that today is Canadian Easter, and yesterday for us was Easter. Now, I'm not a religious fellow, but even I know that Easter is supposed to be the day of the resurrection or reappearance of the our great Lord and Savior. Well, we're not doing that today, and I bet that a lot of you probably were thinking, oh, he's gonna review like that cute and cult classic, and also I do like watching it every year. That cute and cult classic Rankin Bass cartoon with Casey Kasem and Vincent Price, Here Comes Peter Cottontail. No, but I'd like to do that at some point. No, instead, we're talking about a different type of resurrection. Demons! Why are you looking at me like that? Yes, in case you couldn't tell by the title of the video, we are taking a look at Jujutsu Kaisen, a very popular anime and manga series that people would tell you about from the Kingdom Come. I've first heard about it not when it was in manga form, but a bunch of people praising the ever-loving hell out of the anime series, which I'd have to check out at some point. So, is Jujutsu Kaisen actually worth checking out? By the way, am I the only guy that accidentally pronounces this sometimes as Jujutsu Kaisen as an accident? Please tell me I'm not the only one that does. So anyways, we're gonna dig into the pages of Jujutsu Kaisen. I just did it. And see just where this all came from and how the story of a demon being reborn actually started. And, yeah. Oh boy, and quite a story that this is. More on that in just a bit. But let's dive into Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 1 and see just exactly where this whole demon resurrection story actually began. Our cover's kind of boring, but okay for the most part. It has our main character looking at us and basically trying to tell us to actually talk to his hand, which seems like it's licking blood. Not sure if that's good or anything. When fungus affection go arise. And we can see that the story and art is done by Gege Akutami, which is some very nice stuff. I do like the way how the colors do work though, the demonic hand in the background being foreboding, and our main character kind of looking at us like, you're buying this, right? You're buying the demonic hand with my demonic hand in front of us? I've also just noticed that his hand twisted and converted into a different shape. Ow, that has to really hurt. Also, the title's kind of meh on this cover to me. We open on a high school, introducing us to our main character, Yuji Midori, which he is entitled with two of his friends, Sasuke and Higuchi, about doing something that they probably should not be doing. Spirits, please reveal an animal that the school council president is weaker than. No, the answer is actually crappier. It actually turns out to be a carp. And as you can tell, this is an occult research club at a school. Yeah, this would never happen at schools. As they noticed that a lot of weird and bizarre things are happening around the school. People going missing, people swearing that they've seen demonic entities, that sort of thing. But one of the guys on the team decides to blame it on ticks. Yeah. So what? As the occult research club, we hypothesize about the occult. It's a respectable club activity. This isn't some kid's game. Stop spreading rumor. The biggest problem here is Yuji Itadori. You're a member of the track and field team, not the occult research. This means that the occult research club doesn't have 3 members minimum. Itadori, but I wrote the occult research club on the application. I rewrote it. Anyway, we got away to a guy talking to a demon thing. Is there a dead body buried here or something? Even so, I say it's crazy. But in a place like this, I wonder if it has anything to do with the cursed object. More on that in just a bit. Anyways, we go over to shot putting. Why are why are high school kids throwing around a shot put? That's not something that kids usually do. 14 meters! Whoa, Mr. Kakashi still got it! But what are we gonna do with it, toy? As they're talking about taking down their own teacher. Okay, this is the weirdest thing ever. He was given a nickname the Tiger of Junior S, right? Kinda lame. Excuse me. I'm not sure how to throw this thing. Can I just throw it how I want? Well, it doesn't matter for the throw. Sorry for using the battle straight against a splinter, but hopefully this will show you how seriously. And with that, Yuji throws the ball and it just hurtles straight forward, straight out of nowhere, as he proclaims all right. So where did that shot put go exactly? So after Yuji visits his grandfather and his grandfather dies, he is interrupted by a young man who's looking for something of importance. His name? Megumi Fujigeto, as he's looking for a cursed object with something inside of it, as he doesn't tell Yuji exactly what it is, but he's questioning why high school students have that in their control. And when he opens up the box, it's empty. What I say to you was the energy? The cursed energy lingering in the box? Where are the contents? Like I said, the research club has it. Where did the members live? Not sure. Somewhere over in the Izumi district. What's wrong? As he finally remembers that they were staying after school, the cursed object is what looks like a human finger. We'll come back to this in just a bit here. As they accidentally open up basically a demon portal with them having to basically fend off against demons. Yes, it's a thing that's actually happening. As Megumi tells Itadori to stay there. Why? Because there are demons afoot. What time is it now? The hour hand points to, as they are afraid of the monsters. But Iguchi seems to be having some sort of a headache, as the one monster keeps asking, what time is it? As I think that Megumi has a really cool idea. He can basically summon Shadow Puppet. Tiny from Killer Clown from Outer Space would be very happy about him, as he tells them basically to hunt down and kill, which they actually end up doing until this big motherfucker is trying to eat her whole, and he's not happy. Is it trying to swallow the cursed object and its students all at once? Crap, I'm too late. Well, not exactly. You can still kind of grab her out from the stomach or whatever. As Itadori crashes through and kicks it. Kicks it pretty damn hard, all things considered, freeing his friends and helping out Megumi. Realizing that eventually he stands no chance against the demon, he decides to eat the cursed finger, Megumi even calling him an idiot for doing so. But once he does so, he actually has more power than he realizes. That is until he becomes possessed by a demon, and suddenly he looks like this. Sure, what woman wouldn't want to go out with that? Ah, I knew it. Ah, it's light is the best appreciated in the flesh. And suddenly, yeah, he's possessed by a demon that we'll come to know in a little bit. A cursed spirit. Its flesh is no fun. Where are the people? No woman. What a wonderful age it has become. Women and children spawning like maggots. Marvelous. It'll be a massacre.
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
Anyways, after that little experiment, Itadori is brought to a secret place where it's lied that he's basically going to be executed. Why? Because of a demon that lived inside of him. As they recap the story of what exactly happened, that Yuji ate the finger or cursed object and then suddenly became possessed by said cursed object, as it gives him basically all the abilities that you could think of: enhanced strength, speed, and what we can assume is invulnerability, all of that great stuff. But he was defeated just by tapping his forehead. Okay, I didn't see that actually coming, but then again, he is involved into the Jujutsu Kaisen as they basically want his help to try to take down demonic forces. So, who is the demon that possesses Itadori? Well, our teacher, who kinda looks like a spiky-haired version of Daredevil if he was ever in a manga, basically tells us what he was and who he is. Ryomen Sukuna with 4 arms and 2 faces. He's a demon of legend. The truth is, he was actually a human who actually existed that was over 1,000 years ago. In the golden age of Jujutsu sorcerers had sharpened their skills against him, but were ultimately defeated. With the title Ryoman Sukuna, he would traverse the ages after his death as a cursed object. We Jujutsu sorcerers would even be able to destroy his remains and preserve and graft in their own way. Grave wax. As it points out, grave wax is a last white fatty substance forged around decomposition of corpses. Kudos. Without a doubt, he is the king of curses. So in order to help Yuji, the Jujutsu Kaisen decided why not we'll make you a sorcerer, as he had to defeat a man at his own games. If he can defeat him, then he can stay within the Jujutsu Kaisen Academy. If he cannot, then he will be expelled and basically executed, but he cannot use the cursed object that is placed inside of him. So, of course, the guy summons, this thing, as he calls a cursed corpse, to go after him. But of course, it basically kind of gets a one hand up against him because, well, he's not allowed to use any superpowers, but he had to try to defeat him anyways. Which of course he goes in, or this dog thing goes in for the kill, but he ends up defeating him by biting into it. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, but there you go. As he said that he's not going to regret living since he made a promise to his grandfather that he'd help out every one of those that he can help. As he passes the test, while still holding on and biting the dog, which punches him and basically kills the crap out of him for basically still, biting him. As he is accommodated to his own outfit, the outfit of his choosing, where he meets a new woman, Nobara, who is kind of not very happy that he is included upon this team. Well, at least not at first here. The name Nobara Kugasaki. Lucky you getting to hang out with a girl like me. Oh yeah, 'cause you're completely that. What every man could probably want. I'm not doubting it, and I'm not trying to say anything, but whatever have you. We have the team dynamic, which is basically like Naruto. 2 guys hanging out with 1 woman. Yay! And she always points out that she's very unlucky. As the teacher says, let's do it. A tour of Tokyo. And the 2 are very happy. Let's go to Disneyland! Tokyo Disneyland! Idiot! Disneyland technically is in the Chiba Prefecture. Let's go to Chinatown! Chinatown is in Yokohama! Well, Yokohama is in Tokyo, isn't it? I shall announce our destination. Roppongi. As everybody is happy, except Roppongi is just a tower. I'm pretty sure that you don't want to go to Tokyo anyhow, since Godzilla's always attacking. But it turns out they entered a building, and there's some curses inside of it. Or not really curses, but demonic forces. As it turns out for Nobara that she has a hammer and some nails, which she actually ended up using to basically take away or extinguish the curses. Say what you want about the hammer, but it is mightier than you would need. Those nails, I'd take them out if I were you. Which, of course, the nails start lighting on fire or something. My cursed energy is flowing through them, and it basically blows the thing's head off. Perfect. Pretty sure not, because that little boy over there is really scared as hell over what the hell he just witnessed. And as they soon discover, yeah, the demons have been pretty busy inside of this building, extinguishing every and all forms of life inside of it, until they meet this happy son of a bitch on the inside of it, because why the hell not? And of course, Itadori's reaction is to try and punch it, which it bites off his hand. Yeah.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't. Well, what's that then? I've earned word.
I'm actually not too far off with that because he doesn't seem to mind that his hand was just bitten the fuck off. Yet he still tries his best with the others to try and attack the demonic demon. Which of course they keep failing and failing and failing, and Itadori keeps getting the shit kicked out of him. He even tried to block off a powerful attack by the demon because I don't know actually. Which of course he remembers what his grandfather told him, to help people, to do what the best that he can for people, make something of himself. Which of course mostly he sees the end happening to his friends, like a demonic frog going to eat Saburo there, and of course this guy not doing too damn well himself, and he just sits in the pity of his own self, sorrow and doubt. Which of course he realizes his own problems. I got ahead of myself. I thought I was strong, at least strong enough to die on my own terms, but I was wrong. I'm weak. But of course he gets a second wind or something, and he punches the demon straight away in the face, which of course we learned is not him, but instead Ryuji Sujin. No matter how you slice it, you're an annoying brat. Ending off our first issue. Which of course plenty of more demonic things to come in the rest of the volumes. This manga is not the best that I have read. It's very, very slow to start getting going. That's why I was cutting around a bunch of things. But in all honesty, it's still good. The artwork is passable and the story is pretty well decent. But there's so much like exposition going on. It's like this is mostly a story about the resurrection of one of the greatest demons who ever lived, and they kind of play it off not so good, at least in the first volume. You guys can tell me if Jujutsu Kaisen actually gets better later on, but for a first volume, it's iffy for me. Like, it's good, but I still think that it could have been better. Like, maybe not say anything about the demon resurrection until kind of later or towards the ending to kind of like build up on suspense of what this is, or the second volume, but that's just me. But it's still good, all things considering, with some great artwork and a pretty okay story. So, but that's just me. I don't know if I'm gonna get any more of Jujutsu Kaisen, but am willing to check out the anime series. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Blade Universe. I'm right new to keep you canon. And if you like this channel and you want to support it and help it grow, the best way to do so is by liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell icon so you can be notified every single time I make an upload. But I'm Blade Universe. I'm right new to keep you canon. And until next time, guys, and as always, take care. Follow me at Twitter with the link in the description down below. Keep you canon. And until next time, and as always, take care.